Howdy, everybody.
Hello.
Benny and Dan here.
Yo, what's up?
We have a quick pre-show announcement for you. We've got some super exciting news. Grego is going to be appearing at PAX in Melbourne on Friday, October the 11th at 3:30 p.m. in an awesome, supercharged 1 hour fun as fuck show called Dungeon Masters and Dragons, where chaos reigns.
Yeah, it's going to be a great hour. It's going to be 5 different DMs. They're going to all take on the mantle. You got people from Wizards of the Coast Acquisitions Inc., the C team.
Yeah, no big deal, that.
Yeah, Split the Party and I Speak Giant, so all really talented people, as well as Greg. And then, so it's going to be an awesome hour. Get down to PAX, go to the website, book your tickets now, and maybe some of us will be there as well, just to show the love.
Come say hello. The other thing we'd like to do quickly is say a huge thank you to all the people who have jumped on board and supported us on Patreon since we actually recorded this little old ep all the way back in March.
Yes.
So a big old thank you to Excelsior,
Laura Edmondson,
Lee,
Lloyd the Wolfman Wagstaff,
Pat Natoli,
Terry Huddy,
the Kilted Chicken,
and Tom Dello.
Thank
you so much. Thank you so much. It really means a lot showing your support for the podcast. It really helps keep it going.
And speaking of Patreon, we have upgraded all the tiers, Danny. And,
we leveled up.
Yeah, we leveled up the tiers. You can do stuff like joining us on Discord, or you might even be able to play a game with us over Skype. So there's a bunch of stuff there. You can check out the new tiers at patreon.com/dicepaperroll.
Yeah, that's it. Now roll out.
Roll out! Woo! Previously on Dice Paper Roll.
Waking up as a party, together again. The tight 5 reunited, once more as friends. Lost in a desert, baking in heat, beating their thirst was no easy feat. Thandor asked Tempest to provide some relief, and got pure, clear water, drawn from belief. Elan was a-listening and overheard the bard's mind, but there found someone he did not think to find. To help free Amelia, they'd need to journey to hell, but all of their plans were made, well, pell-mell. To find a solution, their plan, just insane. They had to confront this bard's devil brain. So into her mind, Elan did wade to find the way for Amelia to be saved. Calatras's evil must be defied, and so his location Ariki's scried. But the fiend was waiting and said with a grin, "I'm so glad you're here. Let our true battle begin."
Welcome to Dice Paper Roll. This is, of course, Book 2, Chapter 18.
Tasty, tasty 18.
We are recording here in Adelaide, and we've just been part of the Adelaide Fringe a few months ago now, but we're recording these episodes for you because Jack the Attack is back.
In a stack of hay.
Oh, now you can bring the fucking rhymes.
He's got the knack. Yeah.
Welcome, me.
Welcome, my people.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Am I meant to be introducing myself?
Oh, no, you was just making reference
We're just
to the fact.
excited.
Yeah, we're
No,
just
very
really
excited.
happy for you to be here.
Second game with that tight 5 back is forming a solid fist of fury. And the solid fist of fury is, as ever, brought to you by our very generous, uber fucking sexy patrons, our Patreon subscribers.
And that is Alex Boak, Blade Douglas, Daniel King, Danielle B, Danny Carroll, Irene Cucci, Jasper Parker, Casper Morris, Leaf Burner, Louise Potter, Liam Sterner R, Matthew Undead Ban, Mika Wallace, Robbie Anderson, Ryan Lewis, Sammy Duncan, Terry Keller, Trent Denham, and Trevor Goodchild. Thank you all very much. You help us make this possible.
You do. And if you'd like to support Dice Paper Roll, then the best way to do that, apart from, of course, listening to our podcast, is joining up on patreon.com/Dice Paper Roll. Any contribution you make is very much appreciated.
And if you've got one of those iOS devices, subscribe on iTunes. It surprisingly helps.
It does a thing.
Yep.
Sure does.
Put it up the list or something like that.
Some bullshit.
Algorithms. Algorithms. Beep, 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 beep.
Praise
Maths.
the algorithm.
My name is Emil. I play Brackeye, the Goliath barbarian, the 7-foot-tall man of rock and fury and swords and shape-changing and lichen and sex appeal.
And I'm Jack, and I'm playing Ariki's song, a tiefling bard, and spinner of words and songs, eloquently.
My name's Greg. I play Aelan, Aaron, Aeon, an Asimar sorcerer of Helm. He's an Asimar, a half angelic humanoid with long blonde hair and a winning smile. Ding!
My name's Ben. I play Snatch, Starfling Rogue, and he's 3.5 feet of hunger and greed and
Digestion.
yeah, and subterfuge and stealthy feet
And diarrhea.
and signature moves.
And I'm Dan. I play Thunder, the human fighter and cleric of Tempest, the man of steel, covered in plate mail, the man of God, of tempest, of war, of fighting, of spellcasting, destroyer of worlds, and all the people upon them, as he rains down death upon everything. No, sorry, that's the Dungeon Master, who I am also playing today. So I'm playing everything else. Yes, indeed. All right. Shall we just get stuck straight into this? Because I'm jonesing.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
The image of Calitras fades away, and the pool reverts back to the water. The pool begins to shake and ripple. You feel under your feet the sand beginning to shift, and a deep rumble starts from deep within the tower.
Excuse me, sorry. I must have eaten some bad sand water.
Well, guys, now Calitras knows that we're coming. Don't you
Yeah.
think that may have been a little bit of a mistake?
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the best thing to do if we want to stay alive.
Sorry, I got a bit excited and
Yeah,
carried
no.
away.
It's all right.
Well, now he knows where we are, so what are we going to do? We got to get the fuck out of here.
Yes, let's take a log rest right here. No, that's your good thinking, Thandor. Always strategic and tactical.
Where are we going to go? We don't know where the hell we are, let alone, well, I mean, where to go.
What about that way? Let's go that way.
It's as good a way as any, I guess.
At least we won't be here anymore.
The deep rumbling underneath you continues, and you feel the sand shift even more. And as you emerge from the tower, it slowly starts to sink back into the sand. And actually, can everyone roll a dexterity save for me?
Ooh, a save?
Save.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, but
I'm lucky. Tomorrow smiles on me, hopefully. Yeah.
19 for Brackeye.
16 for Ariki's.
18 for Aelan.
With luck, re-rolled an 18, so 27.
27, Jesus. And Thandor also got an 18. The sand shifts and you slide down the sand dune, able to get away from the sinking vortex of sand as it starts to actually swirl around this tower as it sinks deeper into the sand, and the sand starts whirling around and then starts turning to glass as it is melted, and fiery sparks start to ring around this whole circle as a fiery portal begins to open right where you were. You see the tower sink completely and disappear, and then out from this depth an enormous arm reaches out and grips the side of the sand dunes and starts lifting himself out of it. This enormous pit fiend starts rising out of the portal. Its huge arms, one of them carrying a large mace. It's somewhat kind of its grotesque face with sharp fangs and beady, fiery eyes with curled horns that twist in a demonic fashion, devilish you could say. These large leathery wings start to beat at its back as it starts rising up, and it sees you and it roars in fury.
That bloke looks like he could change 4 tires in sub 10 seconds.
A pit fiend.
Nice.
Well, this Calatrus doesn't fuck around, does he?
Yeah, that was real quick. Shall we dispose of this fella?
Yes.
Aye, I think we should.
The ground continues to rumble, and just as the pit fiend starts to make its way towards you, the sand dune to your right-hand side explodes as a gargantuan, yeah, that's right, a gargantuan purple worm emerges out of the sand. It's circular maw, like with rows of teeth that look like just a big meat grinder, launches straight at the pit fiend and grapples it around its throat and pins it to the ground. What do you guys want to do?
Yay, he came right out of the dune.
Worms, man. Handy.
I got nothing.
Did you feel the tremor in the ground when that worm appeared?
You know, maybe we should run away quite quickly, but the thing is, if you walk without rhythm, you won't attract the worm.
Right, so let's walk with rhythm.
No,
Oh no, let's walk without rhythm.
yeah, you won't attract the worm, so like arrhythmical. So just
Okay.
try and maybe something in 12/5 or like 7/9, something just out of the shelf, a bit odd.
Just like normal.
Yeah, sure.
You're making that really hard for yourself in the music.
I'm not saying I'll compose
Give us
it.
some 12/5 marching music. Arikis.
Let me just get on that. It's beautiful.
The thing is, though, that if we're marching in time with whatever her music is, if she's keeping consistent rhythm, then we are also walking with rhythm. So we've just got to completely ignore anything that she plays and walk in a complete random time.
Can I suggest running without rhythm?
Yeah,
Another
absolutely.
purple worm explodes out of the sand dunes and continues to fight against the pit fiend. You all start running in the opposite direction,
Arrhythmically.
so as not to attract more purple worms. But you are smaller creatures on soft sand, so you don't make as much noise. What attracted these creatures to you was the vortex, the portal that had opened up, and the roar of the pit fiend. The two worms continue to struggle and fight against the pit fiend as the pit fiend raises its maul and crashes it down on top of the head of one of the purple worms as you run through the sand, blasting in your face.
Hey guys, as we're running arrhythmically and Snatch is kind of lurching forwards and backwards as he's running, he's like, we didn't really find out how to get to hell, did we? So, I mean, is that portal still open? Should we maybe jump in it while the pit fiend's not looking up? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, let's circle around.
I mean, I'm suddenly interested in going to hell for some reason, but yeah.
Let's circle around and see if the portal's still open.
It's as good as an opportunity as any.
The other option would be we try and lure Calatrus here and let the worms do our dirty work.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's probably sensible too.
yeah, the worms are very helpful. I mean, T-Rex would have been better, but that's, maybe I'm biased.
What do you reckon, Thandor? Master of tactics?
Yeah, the diving in, I guess. Yeah, that sounds good to me. We just jump straight into hell. I guess we could do that.
Yep.
Whatever you guys want.
We just don't want to attract the attention of the worms or that pit fiend, honestly.
Maybe if we throw a rock.
That'll do it. There, perfect.
Yes.
That works every time.
Yeah. Any rocks? Just sand here.
It's just lots of sand. I mean, there's crumpled buildings and that kind of stuff around, so there is some stone that is laying about, large chunks of rock from buildings that have collapsed under the weight of all the sand.
Are there like dead things around?
Not
Only
that you
dreams,
can see.
yeah.
Only dreams. Okay.
Only
I'll
hopes.
use
The
that
dead
then.
dreams of the people who've settled here once upon a time.
I want to cast Seeming on some sand to make it look like us.
I think you need to cast it onto actual creatures.
You can make us look like sand.
Yeah, can I make us look like sand?
You could make us, you can make us look like sand people, like, sand golems or something.
Yeah, I do that.
Great.
So as we're running arrhythmically back towards the portal, I play a little sand tune on my lute. And then sand again wraps up from the ground and attaches itself all over our bodies. But it feels quite nice. It's like we're good.
Just what I needed, more sand in my crevices.
You can't actually feel the sand actually against you. It's sort of, there is like this magical layer that surrounds each of our bodies as the sand attaches to it. So you still feel comfortable. You don't feel like you've got sand in your eyes or in your mouth. But from the outside, you look as though you are completely caked in sand, as if you had yourselves had risen up out of the sand. Every single time you take a step, it seems like you are continuously connected to the sand beneath you. Each step that rises up, there is like a stretching of the sand underneath your feet as you continue to just sort of like glide along the sand.
Arrhythmically, yeah.
Arrhythmically?
I've always wondered what it'd be like if I was born a sandstone Goliath. It's a good little look into the other, how things could have been if life was different.
You look great.
Oh, thanks.
It really suits you.
Yeah, all the popular kids were sandstone Goliaths. Never really liked them very much, but I always wanted to be them. You know what that means?
Aye. Yeah.
No, I was always the popular kid.
Well, good for you.
I mean, Sozzle's all made of snow, so I was like the only one that was resistant to fire, which was totally useless there.
The pit fiend roars as it grabs one of the purple worms by its jaw with both hands and just tears its mouth open and rips it completely down the center. As it drops limply to the ground, it still has one purple worm that is wrapped around its waist and is starting to gnaw at its shoulder. It's still distracted, so as the Tight Five start making their way arrhythmically around and side-skirting the melee that is happening, you find yourselves at the edge of this fiery portal. These embers and sparks that rise up and mix with the sand. Right towards the edge, it is all glass, as if the sand and the silicon has melted.
Can we stealth into the portal?
Yeah, actually, for sure, 100%. Yeah, roll a stealth check.
With advantage because we're sand people.
Yes, because you blend in with the surroundings.
Natural camouflage.
Natural camo. Oh my god, I got a 1 and a 2.
Fen, that's going to help our group stealth check.
15.
21.
19.
20...
Enough.
22.
Yeah.
Great, yeah. The pit fiend is too distracted with these, with the lone purple worm that it is continuing to fight, and you are too small of creatures, and now that you are all covered in sand, you seem to blend in with the surrounding environment. You are able to skirt around the side, and now you find yourselves at the edge of the portal, as I said before.
Right, so be very, very careful as we walk along the glass here, and also don't draw attention to yourself, because the pit fiend will have us for breakfast.
Brackeye addresses a literal sand dune instead of his friends.
Good plan, Brackeye.
Oh, shit, over there. Okay, right, yep, cool.
Shall we all, on 3?
Aye.
Is anything else?
1,
2, Brackeye jumps.
Hey! Oh!
3! And then Ariki's jumps.
As you fall, these flashes of bloody gore enter your mind. Decaying corpses and fiendish creatures buffet your mind. Could everyone please roll a wisdom save for me? Does anyone have advantages against fear?
I have advantage against being frightened.
Yep, great.
9.
12.
20!
20, nice.
15 for me.
15. Great. So, Snatch and Brackeye, you feel these forces starting to attack your mind as you start to enter into the depths of hell. And you are able to find the strength within yourselves and the mental fortitude to keep it at bay. However, Arikis, you are familiar with this place. You remember the torture that you suffered under the hand of Calitras, and the voice within you starts crying out, "Yes! Yes!" Oh, that's not right. I. This will do nicely.
Ironically, Ariki's only ever says one eye.
This is all wrong.
Too soon.
I'm so sorry.
Alam, with your angelic bloodline, you haven't felt this kind of force attack you. You have always felt purity within yourself, much like Thandor, who suffers the same as you. And both of our minds are racked with visions. You see your mother being slaughtered in front of you. Thandor sees Bex dying in a street. The visions that buffet our minds is excruciating and terrifying.
No, Mummy! Father, why have you forsaken me?
Always hated that Warren Buffett guy.
All the McDonald's.
So there's a clear red sky that is only marred by the fireballs roaring across the sky, their flaming tails leaving scars. The land itself is barren. The trees that grow along the side of a riverbank are sickly and rotted, a twisted and skeletal honor guard greeting the portal that is above this area, swirling and whirling around in mid-air as the 5 forms slowly descend out of the portal and are heading plummeting towards the ground.
Quite a good view, though.
Yes, really, quite pretty.
Vista.
Someone should put some real estate up here.
You all plummet to the ground, and as you slam into the earth, or into the hell, you suffer, what's that? That's 5. That's 10 points of bludgeoning damage as your weak mortal frames slam into the ground.
This is hell. You can over there we've got screaming bodies.
I'm a body.
Over there, just an ominous pile of bats.
They're just hanging ominously.
Dun dun dun.
Hey man, your life sucks. I'm a bat. Watch out, stuff's gonna happen to you. Bad stuff.
You can also see over to one side that there is, as I said, there is a line of sickly trees that grow alongside an oily black river. The purplish rainbow reflections that reflect off of the water's surface, and right next to it there is a small kind of like kiosk that has a lot of pamphlets, and there is a small boat that is moored to the shore. You can see a small imp. He's wearing a visor, and he has cargo shorts on and a button-up shirt that's like open down to like basically his navel.
Truly a sinner.
And he waves to you, and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, what's happening?
What's happening, bro? First time in hell? Welcome to Avernus.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for the warm reception.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
much nicer than I
Hello.
expected.
It's actually my second time.
Oh, really? We don't get many sand people down here in hell.
Well, you know,
We just thought we'd come
yeah,
for a
change
holiday.
of scenery.
Yeah.
see
Hey.
the sights.
Uh,
Plus, anything beats the desert, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, totally. It's super hot up there, but you guys will be fine down here because it's super fucking hot here, too.
Yes, I'm hoping to get turned into glass.
Oh, yeah, bodacious, bro. So sorry. Where's my manners? My name is Undead Ban, but you guys can call me Matt.
Righto, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Okay,
Nice to
hi,
meet you.
Matt.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello, Matt. You're pretty chipper. What do you do here? You're offering tours of some sort? And I grab one of the pamphlets and look at the map and go, oh, this place is fucking huge.
Massive, isn't it?
Yeah, so you see, as you can see on the pamphlet, there's a whole lot of layers to hell. So, like, there's 9 of them. That's why it's called the 9 hells, yeah? Oh, yeah,
right.
So this is the first layer, named Avernus, right? And so what I do is I do boat rides for people who want to come to hell, check it out, maybe make a deal with the devil, and yeah, so we can sail down the river Styx, which is right here.
Let me just check that my travel insurance covers sailing down the
Yeah,
river
it's
Styx.
true.
Yep, good to go.
Can I ask, is your name Matt because you're at the entrance to hell?
Welcome, Matt. That's very good. I like that.
Welcome, Matt.
Hey, sick burn, bro. You'll get used to being burnt down here. As a fiery meteor scorches across the sky and crashes to the ground nearby.
Oh, that's quite hot.
Is that portal still open?
As you guys fell through it, it slowly dissipated and shrunk down into a little pin of light and then winked out.
Fucking sick XP from 2 purple worms and a pit fiend, guys.
yeah.
Pew, level up.
Yeah, so anyway, so I do boat rides and take people down the river Styx. It's usually the most convenient way to travel through the 9 hells, especially if you need to get to other layers. But, so what's your purpose here, guys?
Oh, well, hang on. Let me just confer with my companions, if that's all right, Matt.
Yeah, no worries, dude. You guys take your time. I'll be here forever.
How
Yeah,
depressing.
Right, so we need to get to Calatrava, but we can't tell them that that's why we're here.
Just say that we're visiting our second cousin on the
Visiting
second
a
layer.
friend,
Yeah.
Is that where
hang on.
Calatrava is? The second
What
layer?
about we just died?
Yeah, I feel like we might struggle to get out.
No, but then we'd just be here as a soul, and we haven't made a deal with the devil as to why we would be here. I have a fair amount, me, Thandor, I have a fair amount of knowledge about the hells because I spent a lot of time in the church. So
Okay.
would you, Alan, don't you?
I know a little bit, but those tombs were forbidden to me. Only the goodest of good books were read.
Feels like a pretty sizable gap in your education.
Yes,
I'd have to say so.
one of many.
Me being a cleric of war, we had to look at both sides because there was a lot of wars that has happened, and so. From what my readings say is that really we need to have a purpose here in hell, otherwise, because most likely we'll be questioned. We should have a pretty good reason for being here.
Sightseeing's not going to cut it.
Pleasure cruise.
We can be persuasive.
And I put the
don't know.
T-shirt back on the rack that says I came to hell and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
About if we're
I heart hell.
What about if we're prospecting for some fracking?
Those things are going to go down a treat.
That sounds evil.
By the look of this river, looks like they're already into it. So
Very nice. I like
We
it.
heard of
I like it.
new coal seam gas deposits on
Exactly.
the 4th or 5th layer, and we want to, explore those and see if it's worth a viable drilling operation.
wasn't it the
Right.
second layer that we needed to go to?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Yep.
Yeah,
That was
we
the one.
should- yeah,
My
we'll just-
memory now kicks in, and yeah, it's the second.
I mean, it was only about half an hour ago, Braco.
There's been a lot happened since then.
Yes.
That's true.
No, that's
Do you think
fair.
this sand people disguise is going to hold water, so to speak?
I think we
through,
should. Yeah, no, carry on.
Well, yeah, just through our journeys. Should we maybe, if we're going to sell the whole fracking thing, pick something a little more?
No, I like the sand people thing. I think maybe if we're doing a fracking thing, but we're also a family band.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
That's my
Silicone and the
contribution.
fracks.
So
I I do think that sand people will stand out in hell.
Drill bit in the coal seamers.
Well, I could change this into anything, I guess.
I mean, Matt might get a bit suspicious.
Rig. What
Yeah.
about rig and the contaminated groundwater?
Oh, that's nice. Yep.
There's like
Dead fish in the poisoned water table.
Excellent.
Yeah,
no, I
nice.
like that one.
there's a big rock over there that maybe we could go behind and hide behind it for a moment and then like change image if that's what we wanted. Or we can stick as sand people. I don't see why the sand. Who knows?
Well, sand people are of the ground, and fracking is
Right.
in the ground,
That's true.
and there's a clear, logical link there.
Yeah, we want to corrupt a government so that we can then get permits to frack the ground.
Exactly.
Aye, like
Right.
Canada.
And
Right.
we hear the permit office is in level 2.
Level
Yeah.
2.
Dis.
Yes.
Dis what?
That's the second layer of.
Oh, okay.
I actually wonder, maybe we should say that we're trying to get to the 4th layer so that...
Oh, a bit
then-
of misdirection.
Well, aye, because...
Yeah, that's
if-
what I was originally proposing. That's
if
what
we-
Yes, of course.
If we did tell them the 2nd layer, they would know that we're headed for where Calitras is. And
True.
maybe we shouldn't let them know that.
He might word them up if that's the case, because now Calitras knows we're coming.
Maybe we're doing a layer by layer inspection, looking for fracking locations.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh, that's
idea.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're
And
going all the way down.
And we've just finished this layer, and we're ready to go down.
Level 2.
So, you guys all right over there?
Yeah, we're just discussing our dastardly plans. Ha ha ha.
Great. Awesome, guys. So, I've got a couple of... you want to take the boat ride?
Yeah, well,
Yes.
if that is the best way to get around, it makes a lot of sense to do that.
Yes, we've done all of our looking around for fracking locations.
Scouting
Nudge,
for
nudge.
new drilling spots for some serious coal seam gas fracking.
Wow, you've already checked out the first layer of hell? You guys only just got here. I saw you fall down through the portal.
We're very efficient.
Very
Yes,
efficient.
very, very good. We
Although
can,
we'll probably do a better scour on the 2nd level. It's probably
Yeah, the way down's more of just a bit of a scouting kind of thing, and then we'll spend more
Yeah.
time at each level on the way back up.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, so I've just got a couple of waivers of liability here, so if you guys could, maybe sign these contracts, it would be much appreciated.
Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, that's
this
quite,
is,
quite a lot.
Oh,
Legalese. Am I right?
Yeah, these are really
sure
there is a good. It's a 60-page document that has all kinds of clauses in there that says undead ban. Matt is not liable for any harm that comes to you while in the nine hells. That there is.
Here we go. Here forthwith, the undersigned named parties shall henceforth be liable for their own well-being according to the following appendices A through JJ.
Ricky signs it.
is there a TLDR section all the way at the bottom?
No.
Just quickly, guys. Another thing that I may have actually heard as well is, so devils really try and make deals with mortals, and that they try and gain their souls. So
Skip down to
maybe we should just have a little look at the fine print on these things.
skip down to subsection S for soul. See if it.
Yes, hang on. Here we go. Subsection S. Slavery. Succubi.
Sadomasochism.
Succubi. Sadomasochism. Salami.
Solitary confinement.
Solitaire,
Solange.
Subrogation.
Salad.
Subway.
Subliminal messages. Soul. Here we go. Yeah. If you sign this contract, I get to keep your soul. Ha 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 ha. Evil laugh.
What if we could always sign it with an alternate name?
Aye. Or without other hand. I hear that works.
Matt, is there
Yeah, bruh.
is there, we're wily frackers in a foreign land, is there some way we could perhaps skip the paperwork with perhaps a monetary donation to your boat repair fund.
Of course, yeah. There must be some sort of.
Oh, yeah, well, there already is a fee. It's 50 gold apiece.
Could we pay double?
And do away with these troublesome forms.
Oh, look, guys, I'd really like it if you were able to sign the contract for
Yes,
me.
the thing is, we're already bound to our company, which owns us and all that we
ExxonMobil,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, ExxonMobil. Yep.
You guys got to the soul bit, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Well, it's just that we don't want to contradict our already existing contract where we sold our souls to the company that owns us.
Fair enough. All right, you got me. You got me. All right, sorry, guys.
They would take control of our souls anyway and any liabilities, so no harm would come to you, I don't believe.
Oh, well, bodacious.
Aye.
Sick. All right, well.
Yes, very small chance of litigation.
All right, look, here, I'll cross out the soul bit. All right, there we go. Everybody happy now? All right, we all good?
I
you now
still
start
don't like
signing?
the salami insertion section here.
That's only if it happens to you. I'm not saying that it will definitely, but there is the whole salami section, just the whole like procured meats and stuff that just it's a part of the whole gluttony aspect of hell.
What about this subsection spicy?
Oh yeah, well we put it in your meatus.
Also, the bit where I don't get to listen to soul music again.
Oh yeah, well
I don't mind that bit. I can live with that.
no, that's a very bad one. Yeah, I gotta love the soul. I
Aye.
really love souls.
Perhaps you could just let us go without signing the contract. A subtle spell suggestion onto Matt.
Awesome. All right, I have a save on that, don't I?
Yes, a wisdom save, DC 19.
Yep, great. So you cast suggestion onto Matt, and his eyes glaze over for a moment, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about it, man. Like, let's just hop on the boat. You guys seem like you really want to do some evil deeds, and I feel like I'm holding you up, and there's only so much time that you have in this episode. So, let's get a move on. All right.
Thank you, Matt.
No worries, dude. All right, so firstly, guys, everyone be safe when they hop on the boat, okay? Pretty rickety, and I'll tell you one thing, okay? Don't fall in the fucking river.
Oh, we're frackers. We know about not falling in the river.
no.
You fall in the river, you're gonna have a really bad time, okay? Because what happens is the river eats away at your mind, and then you, like, completely lose your own mental faculties to the point where you can't even move, and you essentially become paralyzed, and you die.
Again, frackers. We know what we're dealing with.
Okay, cool, yeah, I know. Sorry, you poisoned the Earth's water supply. Yeah, good work, dudes. Alright, so everybody on the boat.
Aye.
All right. Yep.
All right, here
All
we go.
right.
As you each single file clamber onto this small rickety boat, it's a little bit precarious and it shifts under the weight of you. And then, so old mate, and so Matt takes the how is he going to be driving this? It's got a motorboat, because we're in hell, of course. So here, I gotta just pull on the ripcord here. Ripcord! And then pulls the ripcord.
Do you say ripcord every time you pull the ripcord?
Every time.
Yeah, I would too.
Ripcord! Oh, no, didn't work. Ripcord! Ripcord! No.
Again, sorry, the sand really not agreeing with me.
I just like saying Anyways, let's go.
That motor sounds like it's running real well. What's it running on? Is it whale oil or?
Actually, it's from the endangered species of all of a water planet. Yeah, so there are some whales in there. There's like some mer people and like, yeah, just like souls in general.
Smells delicious.
Meaty.
Yep.
And so you start making your way down the river, and as you continue on, Matt is pointing out different sights to see as you go along, and so he's like, okay, so over that way, as you can see in the distance, that's the floating city of Avernus. There's a lot of devils there, a lot of good people, right? And then over this side, that's where the maggot pit is. That's where we get the souls, and then we turn them into like lemures, which is like the most basic kind of devil, right? So there's all kinds of devils in hell. Yeah, you start off as a lemure, you prove yourself in the blood war, and then you get upgraded. You go to the blood forest, which is just right over there. See those little red sacks in there? Yeah, they're making more kinds of imps. It's really cool. It's a fascinating process. Wow. Real fascinating. So, you guys want to get to the next layer of hell?
Step by step, layer by layer, full inspection. No crannies or nooks overlooked or missed.
Right, so there's a couple of different ways that you can get down to the next layer of hell. So we could head over to the city of Avernus, and you can meet all those great dudes. Or we can just sail on the river. Have you guys got papers to be here as well?
Aye. Yes.
Oh, cool, because there's a couple of checkpoints along the way. If so you have to have your papers presented as for the reason why you guys are here. I trust you because you are cool people. I get a good vibe from you. Not a good vibe, an evil vibe.
Right.
Great vibe.
It's the horns, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Do you have your papers?
What horns?
Sand horns.
Oh, yeah, right, sand horns. I get those sometimes too.
Do you have your papers? Do you have to do the checks as well?
Dude, I'm a devil. Why would I need to? I'm a devil. Can you not see the imp with the wings and the like little go?
I just heard that bureaucracy is hell, and maybe that they might, force it on everyone.
I've got my boating permit, and my...
Did you say boating permit?
Yeah, boating permit.
Okay, sure, that's what I heard.
Yeah, what'd you think I said?
Nothing.
Okay, my butting permit?
I definitely thought I heard you say boning permit.
I got that one too, don't worry.
Don't be silly, he's not a bone devil.
And so I also have my papers as to the reason why I'm allowed to do these tours.
So if you look like a devil, then you don't need your papers. If you're a devil.
Ah, not particularly.
Oh, just give us a minute. I'm feeling a bit crooked. The guts must be all that whale oil smell. I might just go below deck for just about a minute. Oh, actually, sand people, you know how I get a leaky butthole. Could you come and help me out?
What do you mean below deck? We're on a dinghy, bro.
Oh, well, in that case, look over there.
Oh, wow.
There's things hatching from the red imp.
It's a turtle with a hat on.
Oh, no way, a turtle with a fucking hat? Let me have a look at this. And then Matt looks the other way, and then he's also mesmerized by the birthing of one of the imps. And he's like, man, it's such a beautiful process. I remember when I was born.
During this process. Devils? All devils? All right. And I cast...
If I could be a sexy devil, that'd be nice.
Done. You're a sexy devil. And I cast seeming on all of us so that we all look like devils, which is the last time I can do that.
And they grow larger and larger until they start to find that they're getting too big for their sack, and that's when they are born imps.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello. That was very fascinating.
Yes.
Did we scare you?
Where did you guys come from?
Well, Matt, you passed the test, see? We wanted to see how long you could monologue about the process of becoming an imp, and turns out it was long enough. We are secret devils.
Yes.
Secret shoppers.
We are, that's right. We're here to test all of the products and procedures, and you, my friend, have offered brilliant customer service.
Excellent.
Outstanding.
Really.
Exceptional.
At five
Flaming corpses.
five flaming corpses on help.
Hell.
With
You,
HE-double-LP.
Nice.
you devils, you are sadistic.
Oh, we
you
got you.
guys
Oh,
are
yes.
fucking, we are.
Really tortured you.
You did, man. Like, wow. No, but I just love hell so much. So it's been really, it's been a great experience being able to share my love of this place with you.
Well,
I mean my hate of this place.
Might we say you were very helpful?
Hey.
Hey.
We
Thanks.
might.
We might.
Should we?
If of course, the rest of the trip carries on this way, then we can definitely make a very bad report to the whole of the 7-9 hells. 7-9 hells. Well, we're from the 7th layer C, and
yes,
we don't always reach the 9th, so, you know.
But, like, as a formality, I would really appreciate it if you could take us through the process from here on in. Doing your usual routine through nothing new, nothing unusual, nothing untoward, just next layer down, and then onwards we will go.
And if, don't let us making notes distract you. It doesn't necessarily mean a good or a bad thing. It's just a note.
And if we're looking at our paper while we're writing, don't worry, we're still listening to
Very
you.
much so.
And don't worry, we've got our foot on the pedal the whole time.
Metaphorically speaking.
Right, okay. All right, well, now I feel a little bit nervous. Like,
You're doing so
relax,
well.
Doing such a good job.
I've been really wanting to expand the business and make it a larger kind of like bodacious kind of tour, you know?
Well, just keep going the way you've been going, Matt, and I think that's very much in sight.
I think it's very likely that you'll have a botacious boat.
Brackar looks down at his notebook and pencil and writes,
Unrealistic expectations about
I can definitely see that with your performance, before too long, we'll have a word with the people downstairs, and you might have yourself a brand new boat before long.
A big smile splits his face. It's quite frightening in its own way, seeing an imp smile. But he's just like, wow, all right, okay, let's fucking go.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
What do we all look like? What do we all look like as devils?
What's that band that sticks out their tongues?
Kiss.
Kiss.
So you look like...
Clowns. We look like clowns.
We look like the insane clown posse.
Oh, that is true hell.
No, but I'm like way more horns. Like horns coming out of my elbows, my knees, horns coming out my ears.
eyebrows.
Yeah, eyebrows. Just a real horny devil. And,
Yeah, great, you look like a barbed devil.
aye.
So yeah, all these like large spikes are protruding off of your skin that curl and point in all kinds of different directions. They look sharp as fuck. And yeah, you are covered in horns.
Whenever I finish a note, I stick it on one of my horns. For later.
Brackar looks like a lava devil. He looks like flowing hot rocks of lava.
Oh, great! So you kind of look
Magma.
more. You look like a fire elemental to a certain extent.
Yeah, but he's got a badge on him that says devil, so everyone knows he's still a
yeah.
devil.
Yeah, every single time you speak, your eyes don't blink. At least they don't seem like they do. They're just these two pits of fire with this roiling magma in the inside. And every single time that you speak, this like glowing red light comes out of whatever the kind of mouth hole it is that you have. And the rest of your body is, like it has all hard, kind of cooled sections, plates of rock, and then in between each plate is this fiery kind of magma that sloths in between everything.
You can only be like 1 foot or so below or above your existing thing. I
Yeah,
should say.
I'm definitely going a foot up. So mostly still looks a bit like Snatch, but with red leathery skin and little horns and like just tiny little wings out the back, leathery wings.
Yeah,
and
you look like an imp.
dark, like impish.
Yeah,
Yeah, but a foot taller.
but a foot taller.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Want to experience what it's like for at least 20 minutes.
8 hours.
8 hours. Yes.
Yeah, you're a really big fiend because they're usually tiny creatures. So like you're a
Shit,
big.
so I'm going to stick out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I had to.
No, you're on the larger side of imps. You know, you're a bit taller than what Matt is, but
I was
yeah,
in the
it's
college
still-
basketball team, the imp team.
Oh, nice one,
Yeah, I
bro.
was really good at dunking.
Yeah, the fire breathers. Go fire breathers.
Go fire breathers.
Yeah, roar.
Alan looks like a swirling mass of darkness and smoke in a humanoid form.
For a minute, I was hoping that you'd look like Alan's version of a devil, just like the most cartoonish, like crafted.
Like a two-dimensional crayon-drawn devil.
And Thandor, he looks like a chain devil, so he has chains that are wrapped around his arms and around his waist.
Mithril chains?
Mithril chains that end in very sharp hooks, and the chains wrap around his face, hiding his mouth, but he just has two beady eyes that look out.
Yeah, you've been doing a great job, Matt. That's all I have to say. Haven't spoken for a while, but, doing a great job you are. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks a lot. No, you're welcome. It's totally okay. No, seriously, you should just stop. No, I just want to keep on saying fuck.
Anyways, so you sail down the river. The river Styx, and you can see up ahead the first of the checkpoints that dot this river.
So if we die after we go through that point, guys, we should be all right because we'll just come straight back to this one. That's how it works,
excellent.
right?
Yeah,
It's a
spawn point. Yeah.
And on the river
Hell
bank,
spawn point.
on the riverbank, you can see that there are several devils standing on the pier. There's a half a dozen imps, and then there is also a single horned devil, large and brutish. This is one of the ones that you saw back in the original chamber at the end of season 1. So it's this much larger fiend, these large leathery wings, and it has a tident. And just a bident. So a long staff that has two spikes jutting out the end of it. And the boat lists as Matt turns off the motor, and it lists towards the pier. And the horn devil looks at you and goes, "Papers, please."
The game by Lucas Pope, or
Papers, please.
You don't need to see our papers.
I need to see your papers.
but we're devils.
Subtle spell
suggestion.
suggestion.
How many checkpoints are there?
I don't need to see your papers.
Aye, that's correct.
Damn right.
Good.
Tell your friends down the line to expect the unexpected.
Wow,
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Jim, that's really weird of you, man. You've never had to do that before. You always, hang shit on me and get me to show my papers. I show it to you every single time I come down this river. You've beaten me, at least 40 times.
Well, Matt, it seems like we best get a move on before...
But this seems like really hard.
Hey, look over there. It's the flamingo washing dishes in the sink.
And Snatch goes, "Ripcord!"
And the boat takes off with sudden speed. Could everyone please roll a dexterity
Oh no.
save? Dexterity save.
16.
17.
17.
22.
Thandor rolled a
22.
15. So with the sudden lurch of the boat, it throws you a little bit off balance, but you're able to at least prop down and fall on your asses back in the boat. No one actually falls off the side. Actually, I should do one for Matt. Oh, motherfucker, 19! So Matt also manages to stay on the boat, and he whips around at you, and he's like, "Devils, not cool, not cool. Don't touch my boat, man. This is my boat. You're getting in on my business here, all right? I understand that."
Everyone Alan gets out a piece of paper and starts writing.
No, you don't need to do that. Seriously, you
Doesn't like customers having fun.
Doesn't.
need that.
Slow process.
Could do with more flowers.
Very
on
chatty.
The front.
With
So-
other...
Strange body odor.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I just, I was going on the whole fire breathers bond. I thought there was a bond, and you let me drive your boat. And the guy said, no, we don't need no papers. And we've, we've got places to be.
As Matt was pleading with you not to write a bad review, Arikis, he comes over and he grabs you by the arm, and his hand passes straight through one of the spikes.
That's normal. I wouldn't worry about that. that spike's fake.
All right, Matt. It's time you shut the fuck up for a bit. We are some seriously hardcore devils, and you've got to look after us.
And Brackeye makes an intimidating presence. He's going to use his action to try and frighten Matt into submission.
Okay.
Wisdom save of 12.
Wisdom save, you say. That's a 15 on the die. Matt looks at you and goes, "You're full of shit, and you're 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 full of shit. I thought we were cool." And then he leaps off the back of the boat, his wings flapping behind him as he rises up and then starts heading back towards the pier. And that is where we will end the game.
Well, downgrading might help review, that's a damn sure. Abandons crews halfway through. Asshole.
Cool.
I had nothing.
Well, that ends chapter 18 of Dice Paper Roll Book 2. Book 2, chapter 18. 18. Numbers. Yep. Join us in a fortnight for the all-new adventures of the Old Tight Five. We, of course, will have a dissection at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. Otherwise, we'll see you in a fortnight. Hell bless everyone.
Hell bless everyone.
Yes, helm bless everyone.
Hell bless everyone.
Hell.
Hello.
Helmpus.
Helmpus. I worship the god Helmpus.
Helmpus. Bye!
Welcome back to the dissection with the real Tight 5. It's a loose 10 with the actual Tight 5. Post Danny's game. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, good work, gents. Threw a couple of things at you, but you got a little bit. You got some sneakiness going on there. I'm liking it.
Totally bodacious NPC.
Yeah. I thought his name might be Ted for a second.
Yeah.
Nah, I had to bring Undead Ban into it. I don't think he's been incorporated as yet, and I was just like, I had the idea of getting him in, and I thought, yeah, well, I'll just call the NPC Undead Ban, and then I was like, no, what if he's a tour guide? And then he's just like, but you could call me Matt. And I was just like, yes, this is what I like.
I wonder if Undead Ban is like a policy as well. It's like, no, man, no undead on the ship. No skeletons, no vampires, nothing. Fuck off.
There's a big Undead Ban right here on the boat.
That's right.
No undead.
His secret prejudice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you expect us to jump through the portal?
No.
Really?
No.
Can you tell us what you were thinking might happen there?
So I was kind of thinking that you may have remembered that there was the whole Ariki's side that was going to lead the way.
So everything we did. Fuck, sorry.
So not at all. It was there.
But getting around that presence taking over Ariki's is way better. Like, I think we, like, particularly Alan, that's why I jumped at the portal, because it was like, well, if we can get around Ariki's personality being taken over, then that's beneficial.
And Ariki's really said in the previous game that she didn't want that to happen, that had to be a last resort.
That's right.
So when
We
it
haven't
was
been on the cruise yet. We haven't even reached the first resort, let alone the last resort.
so when the portal was there, and then you guys were like, all right, well, we're gonna try and get into it. It was like, okay, all right, yep, that's the way that you're gonna work around that, and that's a completely valid version of what it was going to be. Or the other way that it was going to be was that you were gonna walk through the sand, and then you were gonna end up at Old Mate on the Undead Ban, but on that planet, and it was going to be a sludging kind of sandy river, and you'd go into a cavern, and then
Can we do
through
it again?
that
That
cavern,
sounds cool.
you'd sail down and then get onto the first layer.
We just saved ourselves a bit of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you'll also, I guess, be able to bring back the Nega Arikis taking over Ariki's mind at some sort of critical juncture, I'm sure, if you want.
Yeah.
Just an idea for you. Just add that to your DM notes.
Where was the hidden Easter egg?
Well, when the purple worm was split down the middle, if anyone had have gone and wanted to check it out, because purple worms also contain many jewels, because they eat stone, and then are
probably want to avoid that.
and then constantly excrete it, and so there's but it breaks down, and so you can find lots of gems
Easter
and all that kind of
eggs.
stuff, and there would have been an Easter egg inside.
I was going to try and banish that pit fiend as soon as it appeared, but I think you saw me, Daddy, and went straight for the purple worm.
I wanted the purple worm. I wanted the whole Dune
thing.
Yeah,
So it was just like fucking boosh.
Got a few references in there.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
There's also a Fatboy Slim song with that as a sample, which is the Walk Without Rhythm bit. It's quite good.
All right.
For all you June Fatboy Slim crossover fans, it's the
Of which
perfect
there
song
are
for you.
many.
Yeah.
That also listen to our podcast.
Right, it's a very, very specific Venn diagram. The cross section between Fatboy Slim and June and us.
I'm glad we didn't hit hell proper straight away. I like that we
Soft intro.
Yeah, like I'm hoping we can cut out Ariki's doing the tour to begin with, because that doesn't make sense anymore.
Well, now I'm going to have to cut this bit out because
Or you leave it in and everyone goes, "Oh, they did it! Nice one, Ben. Nailed it."
Nailed it. Oh, that editing.
guy.
Editing's sharp.
But then the thing was like I
maybe
mean,
she's just joking. It doesn't matter.
I wanted to get the kind of the description of you guys coming in through the portal up high in the air, and then you like falling through the portal and hitting the ground. I just wanted to get that in, and then that's where it was like, then I was like, yeah, go for it. Start pointing out the screaming people and all that kind of stuff. That was great.
I love that moment.
bats.
The maggot pit, the fire, like the trees with the pods on it. That
Yeah.
was wicked.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun when you were like, all right, we're going to change the seaming sort of thing. And then
that was great.
Matt was just like looking at the tree and doing like the whole like
that was
explanation of how it worked.
I might
Just
see if sorry to cut you off, when like for the end tag when we edit it, if I can like
Isolate.
isolate you.
and just bump
Yeah, I mean
it
the
up.
room's a bit echoey, but yeah.
Yeah, and
to
I was
actually pay
like
attention
trying
what
to
you were-
speak far away from the microphone to make it so then it was happening, but in the background of your
It was good.
discussion.
It felt like Portal 2 going through like how like hell was started. It was
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
I've not played that game.
You should.
I hear it's very
So
good.
fucking good. Anyway.
Well, that's it for another fortnight of Dice Paper Roll. That's the end of the loose 10 with the tight 5. You have yourself a Merry Christmas, one and all.
Ho, ho, ho.
Christmas in July, maybe? Is this around July? Could be. Could be.
Yeah, why not?
I've lost track of all time.
Yes. So much
Happy
D&D.
Thanksgiving.
Forward, backwards, sideways.
Tight 5.
Banana!
Out.
Tight 5 banana.
And then Matt looks the other way, and then he's also mesmerized by the birthing of one of the imps, and he's like, man, it's such a beautiful process. I remember when I was born. It was just like... So there's like a really kind of good way about it, what goes on, okay? So the lemur is put inside the tree's roots, and then he goes along and he slowly grows and incubates inside the tree's flowers, their fruit. And so then they start to grow, and then they're continuing on. And they grow larger and larger until they start to find that they're getting too big for their sack. And that's when they are born imps.